Yo, what's up guys, my name's Hakiii, and in this video we're gonna go over all the rare vehicles you can find in GTA Online. A lot of these you can't keep, but definitely not all of them, because some of them are so unique and you really never see in GTA Online, but you can still test them out and give them a ride around the map. First one is gonna be the rare Sentinel XS. So this is an upgraded version and it comes in two different colors, either a lime color or a very nice looking purple. And make sure you're in this area from about 10 p.m. all the way up to 6 a.m. That's gonna be the spawn time for this rare Sentinel. It's going to be spawning at right about here, so all we need to do is just circle this block that I'm hovering over right now. Now I actually found myself a stock Sentinel off the street, but you don't have to be in a Sentinel. You can be in any car and just make sure you take the exact route I take and you should be able to spawn it in no problem. So let's circle it a couple of times and we should get it fairly soon. Right now it's exactly 12 a.m. so this is the perfect time to be doing this. Really just being at a certain place at a certain time around the map, so I'm not going to be driving too fast and it should spawn right next to my arcade. I'm actually just gonna take this motorcycle and try to spawn it in since I'm having a little bit of trouble with the stock Sentinel, and it does make a difference. So we got the lime version of the Sentinel. I'm gonna actually try to get the purple version, but this is what the lime version looks like. As you can see, it does have a little spoiler on the back of it. It's got custom wheels, it's got a custom paint job. In my personal opinion, this one's a little bit less good than the purple one just because I like the purple paint job a little bit better. And there is the purple version. So this is a little bit of a cooler one in my opinion. The spoiler is a little bit more noticeable. It's got the all black wheels. This beautiful purple paint job, which is a little hard to see during nighttime, is actually super nice. I like the pearlescent on it. It's a purple paint job, pink pearlescent. I really like it and it sells for a decent amount. It's pretty upgraded, as you can see, like the bumpers, the fenders and everything, the wheels and the paint job. Next rare vehicle we're gonna try to spawn in is the Blazer Lifeguard. It's the Lifeguard quad bike. It's a pretty cool one. You can actually save it in your garage as well, and it's going to be spawning at the beach right here from 6 a.m. in game time all the way up to 10 a.m. so you don't have that big of a window for it, and I recommend to actually use any type of quad bike to spawn this thing in. It should spawn next to any one of the Lifeguard huts. I'm going to use a Blazer Lifeguard. This one's got Benny's wheels on it, but let's see if we can spawn it in first try. It is about to be 7 a.m. Okay, well that was pretty easy. We already managed to spawn it in. This is the exact spawn location, even though once again it could spawn next to any one of the Lifeguard huts. Make sure you specifically go to this beach to spawn it in. Mine has a pearlescent on it and everything, so that one's modded, but this one's pretty cool looking and it's one of the most unique vehicles on this list. So let's move on to the next one, which is also going to be a beach vehicle, another Lifeguard vehicle. The Lifeguard van is going to be next on this list. I do have one personally, so to be able to spawn this one you actually need a Lifeguard van yourself. It's got a pretty cool light bar on the top of it that you can use the siren with. It's a pretty unique one. It's got a surfboard, of course, and so specifically with this one you actually need to own a Lifeguard van to be able to spawn another one, and if you find one on the street I believe you can actually fully save it. And speaking of the Lifeguard vans, we actually have two right here. Now for some reason some Lifeguard vans have the bull bar on the front of it like this one, and then the one right next to it doesn't have it, so I'm not sure why that is, but I'm gonna take the one with the bull bar on the front of it. This is where it spawned for me on the map, but it could spawn pretty much anywhere on the beach. It could also spawn on this far side of the beach right here as well. It's another pretty easy one to spawn in, I would say, and if you want to fully customize it you can fully customize it inside of the Avenger vehicle workshop in the back. If you take it into a regular Los Santos customs, it's not really gonna let you customize too much besides like putting insurance and change the plate on it, I think. So for those of you with an Avenger, definitely take this vehicle into there. Next I'm gonna show you how to spawn in the white police motorcycle. It's a really cool one. You cannot save this one unfortunately because it's considered an emergency vehicle. Most emergency vehicles in the game you can't really go and keep if you find a rare one on the street. Go to this exact mini market on the map. It's going to be on the far right side next to this highway, and you want to get the cops on you, so I'm going to act like I'm robbing this store. We're going to automatically get a 2-star wanted level. Then you do need a motorcycle for this, so make sure you got a motorcycle by your side. We're going to drive right behind this ammunition store and stay here until we see a certain police icon on the map. We're going to turn our camera angle to the right, and I think that should be the motorcycle right there. Did we get it first try? Yes we did. So here is the exact motorcycle that you need for this. I literally got it first try, which is actually kind of rare. Sometimes it's a little difficult to spawn this thing in, but from the time of 11 a.m. in game time all the way up to 2 p.m. so it's just before 12 p.m. in game time, so it is perfect timing, and this is what this thing looks like. Now this does come in two colors, so I'm going to show you the other completely different method to get the black version of this motorcycle. to get the black version of this one, all we want to do is head to this exact location on the map right next to this little garage that you can buy. It's right under this big bridge, and you want to be in this exact spot because you want to be in between this police station and the police station that's like somewhere over here, I think. And you need to have a money as a contact on your phone, and for that you need to have an agency. If you have that, then we're all good to go. So let's source ourselves a motorcycle, which is likely to be a police motorcycle if we're in this exact location. If you're not on this location where I am, it's likely to just spawn in a random place and it's just some random motorcycle that's not a police motorcycle. Let's pick the bottom option. It's gonna cost us 2,000 bucks, and let's see where it's gonna be spawning. Now, it did actually work for us because the motorcycle that spawned is actually at this police station. There is the motorcycle right next to that garage. I bet some of you watching have never even seen this motorcycle, and so we can turn on the sirens. It's got a special siren too. Next are going to be the gang vehicles, which come in different colors depending on which gang you actually go to. Different actual vehicles as well. So you want to go to these neighborhoods and really just drive around these streets in a streetcar during daytime, and you should be able to find some. I'm going to try to spawn one in just to give you guys a brief example. Yeah, we did manage to spawn one of the vehicles in right before nighttime. So this is one of them. I forgot exactly what you call this yellow gang. This is one of the yellow vehicles that you can get. It's a very nice looking paint job. Of course, it's upgraded. It's got some unique customization already applied on it. And we even have another one in this parking lot. So that parking lot over there is one spawn location. This is, of course, another. We got an identical vehicle. Spawning one of these in could help you spawn more. So feel free to drive around and see which other vehicles you can get in different colors, depending on, once again, the streets you go in and the different gangs. I believe this street, yeah, as you can see, there's people wearing purple. So this is the purple gang. So this is where purple gang is, if you want to call them that, even though they actually have a name. I just don't remember it. And over here in this street, as you can see, there's some people wearing green. This is where green gang is. So green gang is like over here, purple gang is over here, and then yellow gang is over here, basically. And speaking of green gang, we actually got the same exact vehicle in green. I really like the customization used on these vehicles. It's multiple different cars you can spawn in. Some cars are a bit tougher to spawn than others. This is one of the easier ones, but best of luck anyway. Let's move on to the next one. The rare Dubster 2 is arguably the most difficult rare vehicle to spawn in this video. Depending on how lucky or unlucky you are, it could take up to a couple hours to spawn this thing in. I'm talking about real life hours. It is actually super inconsistent and super difficult. What we need to start off is Miss Baker as a contact on our phone. To get her as a contact, you need to own a casino penthouse, and that's pretty much it. So let's give her a call, and then we need to order a Dubster to spawn right next to us. So let's go into car service, and then we have a couple cool cars we can spawn. These are all upgraded, by the way, which I bet a lot of you guys didn't even know this option exists. But as we call her and we request the Dubster, we get this cool looking all black Dubster, and this is the vehicle we're going to be using to spawn the rare Dubster that spawns at Los Santos Customs. Right in front of it, I should say, in the parking spots, the main Los Santos Customs in the middle of the map. It could also spawn in this Los Santos Customs and also the one right next to the airport, but I would say go for the main one. It's probably the easiest, even though when I say easiest, I probably mean the least difficult. Now, the route we're going to be taking is just driving up and down this road. So once we get to this point, we're going to circle back, and this only spawns during daytime, so make sure you look for it from early morning time all the way up to late afternoon, basically sunset. So we're getting close to the spawn location. I'm going to turn my camera angle away from it. Did not spawn in this time. We do have this upgraded version of a Saber Turbo, which is pretty cool. Well, this definitely wasn't planned, but let's actually check out this upgraded Saber Turbo and a custom paint job that I cannot seem to find. I don't know why I can't find this paint job. Is this like a rare color or something like that? So if I'm not mistaken, this is a matte paint job. I don't think it's this one, is it? No, it is not. It's much lighter than that. Well, it looks like we just found a Saber Turbo with a paint job that's not on the list as far as I know. Literally couldn't find it anywhere in the respray. Basically exactly how the Saber Turbo spawned, that's how we're gonna try to spawn in the Dubster 2. So I'll be right back.
3 hours later.
And we have finally managed to get the rare Dubster. It took a freaking while. You can either get it in chrome or gold. Once again, we got the chrome one. This is the exact spawn location. It could spawn at any one of the Los Santos customs in the city, but I recommend doing the main one in the middle here. And as you can see on the phone, I managed to spawn it in at around 11 a.m, but it could spawn anytime during daytime really. It's been about 3 hours and I finally managed to spawn it in. So if you're lucky, you can get it within 20 or 30 minutes. If you're unlucky, it could definitely take a couple of hours. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Next one is the HVY Dozer. This is the exact spawn location of this thing. It could spawn either in Paleto Bay or also in the city, which is actually a much easier spawn location, or much more convenient one, I should say. So that's the spawn location for Paleto Bay. Let me show you guys where it spawns in the city. It is going to be right over here. Now, in the city, I've only managed to spawn it in during daytime, unless I've just had certain luck that goes my way only during daytime. But this is the spawn location for it in the city. It's a very slow vehicle, I have to say, but the arms on the front of it, the fact that you can pick up vehicles and pedestrians, makes it really fun to mess around with. I did feature it in the most fun vehicles to use in GTA Online for a reason, and that's because you can flip vehicles. As you can see, I am literally holding, oh dang it, you can literally flip over whole NPC trucks if you wanted to. So this thing is very heavy and a very strong vehicle. I really don't like the speed of it, but the fact that you can just pick up pedestrians, and as long as you keep on shaking the arms, the pedestrian can't really do anything. So feel free to mess around with this. Of course, I'm gonna let him go. You can be free, bro. Although I think he's done for, dang it. Next one is how to get the rare rat loader in GTA Online. This is one of my favorite ones just because you can make this car look so freaking goofy. I'll show you how to get a completely invisible bed in the back of the vehicle that's just completely walk through, I guess. I don't know why. Now, to spawn this rare rat loader, you don't actually have to be driving a rat loader in the first place. You can drive any muscle car specifically because it does actually increase the chance of you spawning this thing in, and you want to drive in this main street in Paleto Bay in the morning time. Early morning to late morning roughly will do. So I'm gonna drive up and down this road, and it should spawn right next to that gas station over there. I'm gonna lightly tap the gas button so I don't drive too fast, and slowly approach the gas station, and boom. So we got the green rat loader. This could spawn either in a green version or a yellow version. The green one is a little bit of a cooler one. I think it's a little more upgraded than the yellow version, kind of like how with the Sentinel, the purple one is a little more upgraded than the lime one. This is the exact spawn location on the map. Once again, the gas station in Paleto Bay. Luckily, we're right next to Los Santos Customs, so I can show you guys how to do the invisible bed glitch as well. A lot of things are already pre-customized with this thing, like the engine bay, the exhaust on it, the fenders, of course, the paint job, and even the grill as well. A lot is upgraded, the hood too. And for the invisible bed, we're just gonna go into truck bed. We're gonna rapidly scroll through this and try to land on stock truck bed, so the top option, and we didn't get it that time, so let me try again. Once you end up hovering over stock truck bed, you're gonna notice that the whole back of the vehicle is basically non-existent. So I'm gonna select this option, and as you can see, this isn't actually what the stock option is supposed to be looking like. This is the stock option, and this is what we actually have on this vehicle. So it's a very funky look. I like it though. It's a very cool looking vehicle. With that said, let's move on to the next one. Next vehicle is the Mariachi Tornado. Now, there's a very unique spot to spawn this one in, and it's actually a reference to a movie, kind of like an Easter egg, but it's still a rare vehicle that we can spawn in a very certain way and keep to ourselves, which is very nice. So you want to head to this exact location on the map. It's not on Mount Chiliad, it's the mountain left of Mount Chiliad. This is the exact location you want to be at, and to spawn this in, we actually need to be looking away from the spawn location towards Mount Chiliad, which is right there, and face our back to the spawn location, because the Mariachi Tornado is going to be spawning exactly at 7 p.m. in game time, right over here on that hill, and we need to take out the driver as fast as possible when it turns to 7 p.m. So as you can see on the phone, it's about 6 p.m. right now. Once it gets to about 6:30, you want to permanently be looking this way, and then once it turns 7 p.m., so 1900, that's when you want to turn around, snipe the driver of the Mariachi Tornado, and something like a helicopter or an oppressor should do the job. And we're just gonna stay here until it turns 1900. My main sniper is actually an explosive sniper, and I definitely don't want to be using that because I don't want to risk blowing up the Mariachi Tornado. It's about to be 7 p.m. I'm gonna wait a few minutes past 7 p.m. and then we're gonna turn around and snipe the driver. So it's 7 p.m. right now. Let's wait a little bit and then turn around and There's the Mariachi tornado right there. Let's snipe the driver real quick. Boom. I think we got both of them, right? Got a police helicopter coming our way, so before anything bad happens, let's go ahead. Getting it off this cliff is the annoying part, to be honest. And here it is. So it's a very rusty looking tornado, but what's unique about it is the guitars in the back. We got a sombrero, we got a Mexican flag. It's got a nice theme to it. Let's go ahead and go off the cliff, I guess, and hopefully we don't blow up. I really don't want to blow up. That was actually a really smooth landing with a very old and rusty vehicle. And then all you want to do with this vehicle is drive all the way to either Los Santos Customs or the nearest garage and save this thing. It is fully savable and I highly recommend you get it. Next one is going to be a custom job consisting of a lot of different modded vehicles that you definitely don't usually see in GTA Online, and you just need one person to load in with you. He doesn't really have to do anything, so both of you guys can explore the different vehicles inside of this job. We have the HVY Dozer in a salmon pink. I've never seen that before, I could tell you that much. The monster truck in this like orangish color, the prison bus in red. I've only seen this thing in blue, so having it in red is pretty interesting. The police riot van with this very cool looking like wine red color with a pearlescent, I think that is. The police boat in red, trash truck in a bright orange. I think it's usually a dark blue. The Annihilator helicopter in a bright pink. Oh, he's in a small airport vehicle in yellow. That's cute. I'm gonna go and use this one. It's a super tall vehicle. I don't know exactly what it's for, but I can actually move this thing up and down. That's pretty cool. Just a cool little custom job I thought you guys would enjoy exploring. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Next one is how to get the modded Skam King. I really like this one. It could come in two different versions, either a baby blue version or a bright yellow. I'm a big fan of both. They both have really nice wheels and just overall really nice customization already on them. To get this to spawn in, all you want to do is drive any truck. This could be a street truck, this could be a truck you already own, and this is going to be spawning anytime during the day, so just be on this exact road where I am, just under Sandy Shores airfield basically, and the spawn location is going to be in this parking lot right under the arm wrestling, and there it is. So it's going to be spawning at roughly afternoon time, and all you need to do is cross the street to Los Santos Customs, put full insurance on this, and then it is all yours to keep. Next up, we're going to spawn in the FIB Buffalo. This is an unmarked cruiser that you cannot buy online or anything, and as far as I know, this is the only way you can actually spawn it. So what you want to do is preferably be in an armored vehicle, because we're going to need to be fighting some enemies. You want to register as a CEO, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. Once we do that, we're going to request a job from any one of our main contacts like Simeon or Gerald, anyone like that. Just request a job and then make sure it actually pops up on your phone in the job list. As we have that on our phone, all we're going to do is open the interaction menu, go into VIP work inside of the CEO menu, and we're going to be starting a hostile takeover. Now make sure for the location you actually select LSIA and then go ahead and start it. Now we're going to need to go to the hangar, and it's very useful to have an armored vehicle also with a minigun on the front of it, because as I said, we're going to need to take out a few NPCs. You're going to get a briefcase icon on the map. Make sure you don't actually get the briefcase, because that's going to ruin this whole thing. So we're just going to be shooting some enemies. I don't want to accidentally damage the FIB Buffalo, but I accidentally shot it a little bit. As I said, it's going to give you an option to collect the briefcase, but here is the beautiful FIB Buffalo. Now we do have a ton of cops on us, so let's actually get away from it real quick. I don't think we can call Lester either. All we're gonna do here is drive back to the main road as we're getting shot here. So what we're gonna do is just stop real quick and load into the job we have on our phone. And as we load into this menu, we're not actually gonna go into this job. We're just gonna back out of it, and then once we spawn in, oh, we still have the cops on us. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's get back into the vehicle. As you just saw, sometimes it's actually gonna keep the cops on you, which is a little annoying. So just get killed by the cops. You'll still have the FIB Buffalo to take. Yeah, so here it is. So after you die, you're still gonna have the FIB Buffalo. Now chances are the vehicle is gonna be extremely damaged after a ton of cops. I mean, we had like a 4-star wanted level or something like that. So there's actually a really neat way we can repair this vehicle for absolutely free, even though it's not customizable and it's not savable. What we're gonna
gonna do is head to the nearest arm wrestling place. So let's go to this arm wrestling icon on the map. All we're gonna do now is drive over the white circle, so we're hovering over it, and then as soon as we get out of the vehicle, spam right D-pad so we actually go into the job. So I'm gonna get out, spam right D-pad, and it should actually load you into the job. Once you load into the menu, just back out like we did with the last job, and when you load back into a session, you're gonna see that there's no vehicle here. Now don't you worry, because all we need to do is run this direction, and then somehow as we turn around, it's gonna magically show the FIB Buffalo, and guess what, it's fully repaired, like nothing happened to it whatsoever. So it also has a special siren, it's got a special look to it. Once again, you cannot acquire this normally in GTA Online. This one is going to be for the rare clown van. This is actually a super unique vehicle, as you can see in the picture right there. It's actually got the clown horn as the default one. I'll also leave the link to this custom job down below in the description if you guys want to check that out. This is really meant to be a themed race, but I usually just go in this race and in this job to check out the clown van, and it's yet another vehicle you don't see every day in GTA Online. I really hope you all went on to enjoy this video. If you did, drop a like on it, subscribe if you are new. We're on the way to 200,000 subscribers, so if you want to help us get there, feel free to. Click the video on screen now for the most fun vehicles you can use in GTA Online. I hope you all enjoy that video, and peace.